Day 3 at the Nepal Premier League. You can see the big Siddartha Bank Nepal Premier League powered by NCell sign there. That's one of my favourite parts of this ground. It's the Nepali Cricket Supporters Society section. It was packed to the rafters today. The reason why? Well, it was Dipendra Singh Airee time, wasn't it? Two of the teams we hadn't seen in action yet in this year's tournament, they finally made their bow. Let's start with the morning match. The Siddartha Royals, well, they lit it up. The highest score of the tournament, and it was quite sensational hitting. It really was. I don't think I've seen a better innings in quite a while at this ground than what we saw from Dipendra Singh Airee. 57 off 24. He played ever so well. He really was so impressive. He hit 5 sixes, 3 fours, including a walk-off 6. He stood there and he just stuck it over the side screen and then turned and walked off the field. It was really quite incredible, wasn't it? The most expensive over the innings as well. 23 runs came from it. Didn't really look like it was going to be that kind of an innings at first, because initially, I thought Pratish GC bowled pretty well, and Anil Karel was outstanding. He picked up 3 wickets altogether. The left-arm spinner, he's playing great cricket down in Australia. I thought he was the standout performer of the day for the Biratnagar Kings, who now sadly have played to and lost to. The total was always going to be a challenging one to get to. 182 looked like far too much. It was the highest total of the tournament, and Airee, well, really, the way in which he got the fans going and just created this truly amazing atmosphere was quite something. But really, the disappointment for me was when you saw Martin Guptill in the lineup, Lokesh Bam opening the batting with him, and also then Nicholas Curtin to follow. No Aki Bilias, remember, wishing him all the best in his recovery. I think he was down with a bit of illness. But certainly, Scott Kugelheim, he changed the game early. Got those early wickets, proved a little bit too good for his former New Zealand teammate Martin Guptill, cleaned him up. And then when he dismissed Nicholas Curtin as well, that kind of ended things as a contest early. 92 all out, and really not what Kevin O'Brien, the head coach, would have wanted of the Biratnagar Kings. Special word maybe for Bashir Ahmed. Thought he should have bowled more. He only bowled the 1 over, picked up a wicket, also batted pretty nicely, and that was the tail of the tape in game number 1. Then, come the afternoon game, we also saw another one of the sides come into action that hadn't played yet. That was the Pokhara Avengers. Now, I thought they looked like they had a really good side, very balanced, and very much a side that could well have been a side that maybe could be one of the favourites for the tournament, but didn't turn out that way at all. Thought they were pretty good. Baz Deleda in particular, he bowled exceptionally well, 4 overs, 2 for 20 for him, and it was kind of a middling total. Kushal Malla actually in the post-match presentation said to me he wanted more runs because the platform that him and Ravi Bopara had built up, great to see Malla back to his best. 4 sixes, he had only 1 4, he only hit 6s, that's all he does Kushal Malla, hits them up onto the grass banks, does absolutely everything with his left-handed batting. But it's great to see him back to form. Bopara played ever so elegantly and showed all that class. He's played nearly 500 T20 matches around the world, Ravi Bopara. So that helped what was a good total, but not an out of reach one of 160. Now, what happened next, I couldn't quite believe. We've been missing our 5th and 6th commentators. They were coming in. Manali Patel arrived today from Canada, and what happened? Our first 5 over stint, 6 wickets fell. It was carnage. It was absolute chaos. At one stage, the score was 7 for 6. I could not quite believe it. It was absolute scenes. 2 left armers did the damage. Sohail Tanvir, again, 3 wickets in the first over. He's got 8 in total. He's the leading wicket taker of the tournament. But in fact, the player of the match, we thought up in the commentary box, he was even better. Rijan Dhakal has had a marvellous 2024. Come in, made his ODI debut, made his T20I debut. The way he gets the ball to swing back in to the right-handers with the new ball makes him such a threat. Deserved Siddartha Bank player of the match, 50,000 rupees and the trophy too for him. But the biggest thing for me, Kushal Malla, he's back smiling. He even said by his own admission he hasn't had much form and he's found things a little bit tough. And what's even more, he's been enjoying the captaincy too. So that's pretty much the wrap up here. Oh, look who it is, right on cue. Maybe a little hello again. You were a bit of a star of the show yesterday, weren't you? Now, where's Jojo? We're missing Jojo, aren't we? So it's a big goodbye and a namaste from me. Now, one thing I forgot with this beautiful dog, Callie, who I just couldn't not let you have a little belly rub and a pat. This is one of the 2 stadium dogs alongside Jojo. Now, I don't think Callie's going to come with me, but what we're going to do each and every day with these little daily wraps, somebody suggested this in the YouTube comments, is have one magic moment. I'm going to do it for all of the 3 days of the Nepal Premier League thus far, starting with today, day 3. and probably one of the best catches I've ever seen live with my 2 eyes. You talk about Dipendra Singh Airee's fielding, you talk about the likes of the Bim, Jonty, all these guys, the brilliant fielders, Kushal, Bertel. But no, it was Nicholas Curtin of Canada who took the most spectacular catch you could imagine. Remember Travis Head in the Cricket World Cup final against India? Think that, leaping through the air and holding on to a spectacular catch. Didn't get the runs he would have liked, but a sensational catch. That's the moment of the day on day 3. Now yesterday, it's going to go to a local player. Little Nepali youngster, he's very diminutive in stature. Day 2, that was yesterday. Dipesh Kandel, what a little cricketer he is. He ran right to the boundary, and I don't know if you remember, Brendan McCullum in 2015, he dived like Superman, got his hand out, saved 4 runs. In fact, it was only 1 run he saved because ended up running 3. Dipesh Kandel gets it for day 2, and the award winner for day 1, there's only one person it could be, and it's every one of you. 25,000 here on Saturday, making it an unforgettable first day of the Nepal Premier League. We're 3 days in, it's here to stay. That's it from me. I'm going to see you tomorrow for double header action again in the group stages of this Nepal Premier League.